Mainly today I'm going to be showing you how I get out of my moderately bad depression here. Usually when I'm very low, the first thing that helps me feel like a human again is doing my hair. So basically what we're starting out with is this. It's dry, it's very tangled, it's starting to matte, there's knots. It's reverting all the way back to its original texture, which I really like, but we can't let it do it in this way because this is chaotic. It's going to cause breakage. It is already causing breakage. It's going to cause knots, it's going to cause tangles, and it's just going to wreak havoc. I'm a real person, and I didn't get to tailbone length by being literally absolutely perfect. And I know that the saying is consistency is key, but consistency is not the same thing as perfection. And a lot of the time, and I've heard this before, that perfection is the enemy of good. You have to do something in order to get something out of it, and if you don't touch it because you're afraid that you're going to do it wrong, or because you fell off and you messed things up a little bit, or you fell into a depression and you neglected yourself a little bit, doesn't mean that you need to go and like jump right into, I'm gonna chop all my hair off. You don't have to do that. It's okay. You're okay. You're just a person. You're not bad and you're not a failure. You're not failing yourself if you've had some time where you've just neglected your hair. There is a way out of it that isn't destructive. This is what I do to get myself out of this hair rut and into a better place where I can actually consider it hair care, because this state is not hair care, it's hair existence. Alright, if you want to detangle with me, detangle with me. You can do this. I'm just gonna get right into it. This is what I have detangled. I'm gonna put these up. My hair is in little sections because I find that the easiest way to tackle it. I always wear my hair sectioned in some way because once it's all together, I suppose it's over for me, Mr. Crap. So, this is what I have done so far. These two front ones don't have any conditioner in them, and I need to redo them so I can add conditioner. I'm just using what I have. I have not gone out to the store to buy something new. I've been using the CeraVe conditioner because I'm trying to find a replacement for the Garnier Honey Hole ones that I used a lot, but the problem with that is I developed an allergy to it, and I have tried a few different things. I tried Aussie and that was okay. This is better than the Aussie, but it's like $15 a little, no, this is $9 a little tube. And this, for tailbone length hair, is not a lot, and that's kind of expensive. I have a spray bottle filled with water. It says Tresemme and heat protectant on it, but that's not what's in the bottle. I always use the same heat protectant, so when the bottle's empty, I just fill it up with water. And I usually peel the label off, so I know what has heat protectant in it and what has water in it, but I forgot to do that this time. But this is definitely water. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you in a section that's like not doing too hot first, so you can see. The light is about to get brighter and I'm gonna blind myself just a little bit. Hopefully it helps the video a bit. The light is kind of yellow, but it's better than like bright blue because I can't actually handle looking at that well. Let's see. I'm taking just one section out. Thankfully I wear my hair in twists a lot, so I only have to do little bits at a time and the parts are already in my hair. But if the parts aren't in your hair, then you can just gently separate things out with water and conditioner. But I find that if most of my hair is still dry when I'm working on it, then I don't have to worry about racing against more shrinkage, which will just compact and make the tangles a bit worse. So this is one section. This is one of the thinning sections right at the corners. One of the things that really helps with that is not letting my hair get like this and wearing it consistently in twist, which is why this pre-poo is going directly to the tried and true wonderful twist. Basically fix all my problems for me. I know it's not the case for everybody, but it is for me. I'm gonna wet the ends and all the way up the hair first. And like try to sort of saturate the section. Wetting the hair allows the hydrogen bonds inside the hair follicle to become malleable, which makes the hair less brittle and less prone to breaking. So while sometimes it's simpler for me to dry detangle my hair, it is more dangerous to dry detangle coily hair than it is to use some sort of water or something to dampen it. Here's what we're working with now that it's wet. Hopefully you can see it really well in the light now. You'll see this, and then what I'm going to do is take some conditioner. It's going to seem like a lot for one section, but that's about as much. This is exactly why I'm looking for a cheaper conditioner. I think I might go back to Garnier, but instead of using the Honey Whole Ones line, maybe I'll go back to their Triple Nutrition line that I used to use years ago. And hopefully that's okay, but I need to find the cheapest possible bulk conditioner that works for my hair. So we're spreading it through the bottom. I'll do 2 sections with you, and then I'm gonna go off and do the rest by myself. This is just easier for me to do off camera. And again, like I said, there's probably gonna be no big reveal in this video, and that's not really the point. The point is the starting the doing. I have found a knot between just 2 strands that's not going to come out. You can probably see that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to meet the strands where they are in the knot. So the top one is higher. I'm going to cut that one. And the bottom strand is lower. So I'm going to cut that right above the knot at the bottom. I try not to be too scissor happy when I'm doing my hair, but if I find fairy knots or like very tight knots that aren't untieable, I just let them go and I take them out. So sometimes there's a strand of hair that doesn't seem to be as long as the other ones or as much longer, and you'll see that that's tangling somewhere up in the hair. So what I do is I find it, and then I go and I find where it's tangled, and I start pulling hairs out of that area from the spot where it's catching. So I pinch with my fingers to make sure I keep that knot from tightening, and then I pull little individual strands out. And if it bunches up, just run your fingers down it to keep it from solidifying that knot more. So just find the issue, and then what happens is you can just slide that out of the hair without causing more problems. and get it as much out of the hair as you need to. Some of these you're going to need to cut out, but a lot of them you won't. And then you get your shed hair or whatever's attached to it, whether it's lint or something else. So if there's some little thing that I need to explain, I'll explain it. But otherwise, I'm just going to show you and get through it. The main thing I do when I'm finger detangling is I elongate the hair to prevent more tangling and to keep the hair kind of separate from bunching up on each other like this, because as it shrinks, it's more likely to tangle more. So we're keeping it stretched, we're holding it as much as we can. If there's a knot, we're focusing and pinching that knot and taking individual hairs out. We're just being really patient. So I'm hoping that this is a good demonstration of it. I like to work in smaller sections at a time of that one big section. So here we go. In this front area, like the corners, whenever I get too stressed out, which I am a lot, you'll see that it's much shorter and grows in like really unevenly. And I cut the ends of everything, and I'll like pick these out and cut the ends of those sometimes. But I sort of do it in a search and destroy method kind of way, which means you find a split end and you cut it off where it is. It's not really like a proper haircut, it's more like getting all of the split ends and fairy knots or whatever that you can get out. But yeah, when I get really stressed out, my hair here and here just falls out. This side was like completely bald in this chunk for a while. And I've been really stressed out again, so I'm hoping that it gets better, but I don't really just start from scratch in those areas because I know that they're just going to repeatedly fall out until things get a lot better for me. This side has recently gotten a lot worse, but parts of it that had fallen out before are growing back in at the same time, so it's kind of like a really weird situation. But I don't need perfect hair. I'm not concerned with perfect hair. I'm just doing my best, and I could do a lot better. And that's sort of a resolution of mine, part of why I'm detangling right now. But for right now, good is good enough. And I know I'm not the only person who is thinning right in the front corners of my hair. I'm 29. So I think this is about the age that this starts happening. So I've mostly made peace with it. I haven't made peace with the stress that's probably the cause of it, but some of that stress is out of my control, and the other of the stress, I'm genuinely doing my best, learning and going along. So the section is dried out a little bit, but it's mostly detangled, so. If you were going to cut a section like this for it to be as dense as possible, I think I would cut it like up here. I think it would just like be pointless because it's literally just gonna fall out again at some point. So yeah. The funny thing is just nobody would know. When I get the perfect, delightful hair thing all the time, it's like I am not, and I never have been, and I never will be perfect, and that's a-okay with me. So again, what I'm doing when I detangle, I'm going to be very careful to actually explain this and not gloss over it. I'm smoothing the hair down pulling out some shed hair while pinching the hair flat, running my fingers through, and sometimes I like to do this seesawing back and forth motion. I comb through the ends first before I go up to the roots. If I hit a snag, I stop, I find it, and then I focus on that one area, and then I start with the whole part again. And here's a really decent knot that happened from a shed hair that didn't get removed when it was supposed to. I do think that if I wash my hair weekly, this would be less of a problem. And by wash my hair, I mean I would be finger detangling it and getting all the shed hairs out and not allowing those knots or anything like that to form in the first place. That it would help. But then there's also the problem with a little bit of over manipulation doing that every week, 52 times a year. But for me, the ideal is every 2 weeks. Also, one of the best ways I can wear my hair, like I said before, is in twists, because I can just wash my hair in the twist, make sure I have a really clean scalp. And I could do that bi-weekly. And then when it comes time to, I can take the twists down, detangle them, which they're not actually tangled, I just need to remove shed hairs, twist them back up one by one, and then I'm good to go again. Honestly think that the healthiest hair I could possibly have and the healthiest and quickest I can grow my hair is when I wear it in mini twist or some kind of twist all the time, consistently. Like, one of the most important things I learned that I've been doing wrong recently, just because, I guess I'm not gonna say wrong, but one of the ways that I've been wearing my hair that's just really not good for it is I've been wearing my hair out of protective styles, and that just doesn't work for me. Doesn't matter if you detangled it, doesn't matter if I detangled it, it just tangles like crazy. I don't ever wear extensions, even when I was growing it to this length, because I don't like extensions and my hair really doesn't like extensions. They look really beautiful on other people, but I have fine hair and my hair and extensions don't mix. Like, if my hair is so fine I need to worry about combs and brushes, then extensions definitely are way too much. I'm making sure I go all the way to the root when I make a part. And I'm really gentle when I'm coming down. I know I have to take better care of my hair more consistently to hit the goals that I want, and also just for better hair in general. Like, you know, I'm wondering if there's some way I can get the stress shedding in the front of my hair under control. It is growing back in a lot thicker, but the problem is I just went through something really bad. Excuse the smiling, I have like a problem where the more upset I am and the more scared I am, the more smiley I am. It's like a defense mechanism or something. Just your friendly neighborhood traumatized person. Anyway, that's a bit dark. But anyway, After a stressful period, if you've got telogen effluvium, the actual impact of that stress can come a couple of weeks or months after that initial thing. So while I might have recovered from the last one and my hair has about 4 months of returning, it might just fall out again. I really hope not to have any more like horrific traumatic experiences. That would be really great for my hair and for me. I should probably just mute that part out. But I'm trying to do what I promised myself I would do because I said I would. That's a lot of hair fall. But that's just what that problem spot looks like. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I think this is an area, at least this part, that some people consider their edges anyway. And like, I know I'm not the only person that struggles with their edges. And if I embrace myself about it, maybe I could help somebody else embrace themselves. And I know it might seem like, I don't know, a crock of crap coming from me, but I have had my hair fall out and I've had it grow back, and I've had severe anemia before. I've had really stressful situations. Honestly, one time it happened because I was spending too much time watching the news. So I've cut back on that. Just an extremely sensitive person. But honestly, based on how things have been, I'm not sensitive. The world is really weird. I think caring is a valid reaction to injustice. And a normal one. Here we go. I know that there's more behind it, but I'm just gonna make these separate. And when I'm growing my hair out from when it falls out from stress or vitamin D deficiency or anemia, I like to incorporate that area into the twist that I'm doing right there. And keeping it protected and keeping those very short ends encased in the twist and protected seems to be what helps him grow back out, except there is a lot of give on this twist. There's no tightness at all. And that's important too. So that tiny little section is done for now as far as pre-shampooing goes. And again, it's a fancy word for just, I need to detangle my hair before I get in that shower, because if I get in that shower like this, I'm gonna come out with mats. And I need to get all the shed hairs out. I just need to detangle. I need to get my hair back up to a base level before I step into the shower and wash my hair. This isn't always necessary, at least for me. I try not to talk in absolutes of what's necessary for other people, because I know my hair. I don't know other people's hair. I never want to be belittling or subtractive from what other people need to do. Like, I'm very fond of scientific fact when it comes to hair care, but also I won't tell anybody that there's only one way to do this thing, or else, you know. One of the things that help my edges grow back in when I get stressed out is, weirdly, conversely, not oiling them. I used to believe that rosemary oil worked, and so I used it and I would rub it into the area and it would literally hurt and get inflamed. So I'm pretty sure I'm not allergic to rosemary or rosemary oil, but it just inflamed the area so much more. And I learned that oils do not go on your scalp. I love them in my hair, but they don't go on my scalp, because a lot of the time it causes a buildup of Malassezia yeast, and that kind of yeast is what causes dandruff flakes and inflames the ever-loving crap out of your scalp. And what oil is, it's something that they love. They love damp, dark environments, and they eat fatty acids. So, yeah, oils are fatty acids. Also, one of the things that isn't talked about a lot is dandruff. For a lot of people is genetic, and you can get it under control, but for a lot of people it's just not really their fault. It's just something that happens to humans. Okay, you can absolutely tell that this has breakage, but also you can tell not just breakage, but that hair fall is what I mean. You can tell that it's growing back a bit at the root and how much it thinned out at the end. When we do this section, and basically we're gonna do the same thing over and over and over and let it take as long as it takes. I've been watching She-Ra. I'm on the last episode, so I might just watch She-Ra again or find something else to watch. I don't know. Ow. I injured my thumb. And it really hurts, but also, like, got to do what I got to do. A bug's got to do what a bug's got to do. So, this process takes less time on shorter hair, which is cool. But I don't have shorter hair, so it's probably going to be like 5 to 10 minutes a section. But I've been doing this with building difficulty for years now. As far as things I want for my hair this year, I don't want to let it get like this again. I want to take really, really good supreme care of it and manage it really well. Wear it up, all the way up. More often, wear it fully done and protected, and my mini twists more often. I do have a video on my channel. It also doesn't give you like, oh, this is what it looks like in the end kind of result, because it took me forever. But I do have a video on the process of how I do my mini twist and why. But I would like to keep my hair in mini twists more this year, and that would be great for my hair, I think. I also want to search and destroy my hair more, and anything that looks like breakage or new growth, I want to kind of check those strands throughout and trim each individual end, which I know I'm not going to get to them all because that's entirely realistic, but I want nice freshly trimmed ends on the majority of my hair, not just the end bit, but throughout, wherever there's any breakage, wherever there's any new growth. It's funny because the interior sections of my hair tend to be way less tangled. It's just the perimeter is where like the nightmare tangles happen. And I think it's because it's my finer, much finer, more like downy hair. And that makes a lot of sense. Because the hair around your edges, all of your edges, tends to be a lot more sensitive. Like one of the areas where I get the most breakage besides here and here, besides hair fall, but breakage specifically is right at my nape. Because my hair was told by a barber that my hair grows like unusually far down my neck. So the end of my hairline is down here. That's cool of me. But yeah. I'm gonna try to just show what I'm doing. This is also how I comb my hair when it's not in a state. Oh, I felt a snag there, which means that there's a tangle and or shed hair, so I'm going to be extra careful and really look. I'm going to make my way up. How I detangle my hair is basically just parting and parting again. It's funny because all of the hair care that goes into my hair includes this. And I, frankly, at this point, I don't know how to use combs or brushes anymore. It's been a very long time. I do not know how to use them without absolutely destroying my hair and tearing it out. And I don't know how to use any of those blow dryer brushes or attachments or anything, and I frankly really do not trust them. Again, I think it's funny because it seems like there's a miracle thing that could get you long hair, but for me it really is finger detangling, patience, making sure my scalp is clean, making sure my hair is coated, wearing it up, wearing silk scarves, using silk accessories like silk scrunchies, not satin, definitely silk chemise. I have one satin scarf that I use like sparingly, but I feel like the silk has helped a lot. What else do I do that helps? Twist. I feel like if I didn't learn how to do twists, my hair would not be this long. Uh-oh. I see you, I got you. Sorry about that horrible crack. It's my shoulder. I was supposed to do calisthenics today, like baby calisthenics, because I'm trying to make my joints a little bit stronger, but I did them yesterday and I got pushed back one day, so I'm gonna do them tomorrow. As long as it's 3 times a week. I don't think it really matters anyway. That's not the point of this video. You can see like little breakage and regrowth as well throughout my hair. So like you'll see long bits and then shorter bits. Not every short piece of hair that you see sticking out is breakage, because hair is at all different stages of growth. So some of the hairs are new, some of the hairs are really old, and some of them have been murdered by my neglect. And they're still there, so I'm going to find them, trim them, and let them grow out properly. If I ever aimed for literally perfect hair, I think the pressure would overwhelm me so badly that I just would never grow it out, because life doesn't work like that. And that's totally okay. These are going to be all different sizes because this isn't a style, this is how I do a pre-poo. And then after I wash my hair, I'm going to go through all of it and detangle it. Just make sure there's no sheds in there, and while I'm detangling it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go either right into mini twist or I'm going to trim my hair again. One or the other. I think this video is long enough though, and I've probably given you the gist of how I do my pre-poos. So I'm probably going to end it soon. If you have any questions, I love answering questions. It's like my thing. So if there was anything that was really unclear in this video, or anything that I didn't explain about what I do before I get in that shower and I shampoo my hair, please just ask me and I'll clarify for you. Yeah, and then I'm scared of it, but I promised somebody in a comment a while ago, that I would film a wash day video. So this is me trying to keep my promise, and this is the first part of getting there. This is what I do in order to get to that point. I'm ready to wash my hair and then start the next, I guess, hair cycle. What I'm doing at the ends is what I usually do with my mini twists. I twirl them in different directions, but when it's like this, then I twirl them against themselves. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to be doing. Exactly this for the next couple of days. Those two sections took what, 30 or 40 minutes? And they weren't that thick, so this is what I'm going to be doing. Sitting on my couch watching She-Ra again, or My Happy Marriage, or something else while I still have Netflix for the month. And I'm just gonna do my best. So I just want you to remember your best is good enough. You're good enough. You do not have to be perfect to make it to tailbone length natural hair. You do not have to be perfect to make it to waist length. You just have to try again, and get back up and do what you have to do. And if you're going through a depression, whether it's seasonal or major, I hope that you come out of it soon. I hope that it eases up. I hope that it gets better, and it's not your fault. Yeah, that was basically it. It was just to show you my pre-poo, and now I'm gonna go take care of myself and prioritize myself privately away from the camera. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.